Hey, welcome to Tuning In with Your Cycle. I'm gonna try to keep this episode short and sweet. I know you guys liked the one from last week. I got a lot of feedback from you. So I'm gonna try to make it like short and sweet and very useful for you. So today's topic is gonna help you discover if you actually have excess estrogen. So you know you have excess estrogen if you mark two of the things I'm going to share with you. If you check mark two things, that means you have excess estrogen. And I am going to teach you very simple ways on how to start managing that. Okay, so you know you're dealing with excess estrogen if you PMS every single month, like extreme PMS, talking about extreme mood swings, those type of mood swings that actually have gotten you in trouble, you know, and then after that, you know, like you're mad and you know you're mad and you shouldn't be mad and you try to control it and you can't, and things blow up and you've had problems with your partner or with friends or at work, whatever it is, but it's like something you know it's there but you cannot control. That is a big red flag. Those mood swings are a huge flag of excess estrogen. If you develop acne or any type of pimple like around this area of the face, that means you're dealing with excess estrogen. If you have tender and fibrocystic breasts, like 2 weeks, as soon as your like luteal phase starts, that means 2 weeks before your period, and it's painful to hug someone, and it's painful to work out, and it's just painful overall any contact with them, then that means you are living with excess estrogen. If you deal with migraines and headaches before your period, you know how many years I dealt with this without knowing that I had excess estrogen. So if you're having those migraines and you know like, oh, I'm getting my period, because you're getting that bad migraine, that bad headache, and then a couple days later you get your period, that means you're suffering from excess estrogen. If you feel anxiety and if you feel kind of like, in a way, certain panic attacks. I know a lot of people do have panic attacks all the time, but if you notice that they're just like kind of the week before your period and you feel like even like the slightest panic attack where it's like, did I leave the stove on and blah blah blah, you know you turn it off but you keep going and you need someone to reassure you that it's not happening, you know, that means excess estrogen. Gaining weight 2 weeks before your period because you have a lot of water retention and you feel bloated, that is excess estrogen. If you feel like your brain fog and your memory is not as sharp as it used to be, that means excess estrogen. I know a lot of things mean excess estrogen, and the thing is that nowadays we think these things are normal. We're like, oh yeah, I'm PMSing, I'm having a headache, I'm moody and all that, but there's a fine line between what's normal and what's not. And if everything is in excess, again, if you've gotten in trouble and if it's really painful, if it's like, if you're actually suffering, if you're actually in pain, that is not normal, okay? So how can you help this? How can you start decreasing the excess estrogen? Here I'm going to jump into excess estrogen may be caused by a lot of things, and these may be a series of different episodes. And today I'm going to focus on some things that we do every single day that contribute into excess estrogen. So these things are easy to change, and if you're doing any of these ones, you may be like, oh, that may be part of the reasons why I'm dealing with excess estrogen. You know, when you have hormones out of balance, especially excess estrogen, that means mismanaged blood sugar. Or if you have low progesterone, we're going to get into that another time, but it can be a lot that you're under a lot of stress. But here we're focusing on estrogen. So these are things that you have to keep in mind, but also there are external factors that contribute to excess estrogen, and those are, number one, plastics. So if you drink water from a plastic bottle, whether it's BPA free or not, I want you to stop right now. I want you to go throw that bottle into the recycling bin and buy yourself a stainless steel bottle, because BPAs highly contribute to excess estrogen because they kind of like substances that are called xenoestrogens, and they act like estrogen, but they're not, and they're really not good for you. They really throw these estrogen out of balance. So you want to avoid anything plastic. Maybe you're not drinking water from plastic, but your Tupperware is all plastic. Please don't do that, especially not warm food. Don't put warm food in plastic, because again, the BPA leaches and the xenoestrogens leach, and especially if it's something fatty, it's gonna absorb it and you're gonna be eating it, and it's gonna contribute to those xenoestrogens that are gonna contribute to excess estrogen. So that is a very simple thing that you can change. Anything that's plastic goes out, and swap it for glass or stainless steel stuff, right? So that's number one. Number two, stop drinking tap water, please. Tap water doesn't get as filtered as filter water, and the problem with that is a lot of people throw like medications into the water supply, whether it's the birth control, any type of medication, they throw them in the toilet, and once the plants process the water, they are not able to get rid of a lot of these things, and sadly there's a lot of xenoestrogens floating in tap water. So if you are usually drinking tap water, then please stop doing that. Either invest on a filter or buy those jugs of water. The best water to buy, the one that cleans your water really, really good, is reverse osmosis. It's gonna get rid of all these xenoestrogen things that you do not want in your body, because really plastics and these tap water are two simple things that we do every single day, and we may not know that they're actually contributing into our hormonal imbalance. And the last thing I'm going to share with you is your cleaning products. If you, after the pandemic, and if you have all these Lysol things and all these things like Mr. Clean and Pine Sol and all those, I really highly suggest for you to change to vinegar. White vinegar, like literally white vinegar. I clean my whole house with that. It kills 99% of everything. I know for a lot of people the smell of vinegar is not very pleasant, so you can always add drops of essential oils. I usually do lemon or lime, and it smells so good. It really tames down the vinegar smell, plus the vinegar smell doesn't stay in the air a long time. And the reason behind changing your cleaning products into a more natural way, like is vinegar and water and baking soda, there's a lot of things in the internet that teach you how to make these natural cleaners, is because store-bought cleaners, like all the brands I mentioned, which I don't want to trash, but it's like not that great, have all these ingredients you cannot read. And the thing is, it's not only that, but they are hormone disruptors. So they actually get into your endocrine system and into all your glands, and really affect not only your sex hormones but every single one of your hormones. That's why they are called endocrine disruptors. So if you are dealing with all these and you are using plastic for drinking water, if you are using any of these cleaners, and if you're drinking tap water, then those may be three things that are really wrecking your hormones, causing you to have excess estrogen. Okay, there are three simple things you can change, and definitely you are gonna thank me that I shared this with you because it's really helpful. People that have only changed that without changing their eating habits, without changing a lot of things in their system, have noticed a big difference in their PMS symptoms. Now, if you want to get rid of that and you want to keep supporting your hormones, you can start with seed cycling. Again, just eating seeds, the healthy fats that are going to support your hormone production. You can get that free guide with the link in my bio or at vitalinutrition.com/guide, and you can start supporting your hormones in different ways. But even if you don't start the seed cycling, just do these three things. Ditch plastic, do not drink from tap water, and find more natural alternatives to cleaning your house. You're going to notice a difference. Okay, so I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you next week.